Okay, I'm gonna do a video on the planets and what they're doing and how that ties to the Bible, some important dates coming up. We've got the eclipse on 4/8 coming, okay? And it's making a symbol that looks like this, okay? This is called the Aleph or Aleph, however you say it, Aleph. And it means oneness of God, okay? And I've been talking about how the AI is gathering us into one point, and the return of Jesus is about oneness and love and bringing everybody into one point, okay? The upper yud, it's a combination of two symbols. The upper yud is the hidden aspects of God, okay? So some secrets are going to be revealed. And then the upper yud, or the lower yud, is God's revelation and presence, okay? During this next phase of tribulation, or the Great Tribulation, there's going to be great revelation, and people are going to feel the presence of God, and it's going to be a really magnificent time, but also a very turbulent time. Okay, I'll just leave it at that for now. Okay, this also is the letter A, Alpha and Omega. It's also the first letter of our alphabet, okay? Jesus is Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end, okay? That is telling you something, that this eclipse is marking the beginning, okay? The beginning of a new age. I'm going to talk about some other stuff, okay? So the eclipse is on 4/8, all right? Then it's in Israel on 4/9. At the same time this is occurring, we're getting Mercury in retrograde, okay? Mercury is called the swift messenger of God. And I'm sure y'all have noticed Taylor Swift in the news lately. So this is a messenger of God. Mercury is tied to all things communication, intellect, memory, transportation. It brings quick change. Okay? One event I've been expecting throughout this whole thing is one day where everything changes. Okay? Especially with the money, okay? Like a giant cyber attack. I believe that this time frame coming up is when this could happen, but I guarantee you there's going to be a bunch of stuff going on with the terrorists and Hamas and the religious war going on over there. I believe that Biden's going to go against Israel in some way, shape, or form, and this is going to fuel the rise of the church. We'll see how it all plays out, but I'm going to keep going here. So we have Mercury in retrograde on April 1st to April 24th. It does this again in August 5th to 27th. That's when Putin is expected to announce his digital brick. Okay, it's all about the changeover from the paper money to the digital money. Okay, it's the big money changer. Okay, it's a new age. We're getting the new money, but this is going to... the church is going to go against this, and people that think like the church, because our world and our country especially is built upon Judeo-Christian values. We've all been brainwashed to do this, and it's a test on your mind to see if you can overcome this and get into the kingdom first without having to go through as much tribulation, okay? Or you go through tribulation, but you went through it first, and hopefully that means it's better than what they're about to go through. And you're able to rise above it and stay out of the storm, if you know what I mean, and let it pass over, okay? We're still going to be here, just if your mind is in the right place, you can handle it much better. Now, the next time Mercury does this is in November 25th to December 15th, okay? That's the election time frame. And we already know, anyone with the brain knows that's going to be a shit show, okay? So now at the same time all this is going on, we've got the news of the freeze that we've been expecting, which I believe is tied to these dates. We've got Putin. The UN, or the UK, is trying to take their frozen assets and use them. And Putin says if anyone does this, it's going to be hell. Okay, he's not going to let it happen. Biden likes ice cream. Okay, they're always showing him with his ice cream. And Ben and Jerry's just got dropped from whatever corporate company owns them. They dropped Ben and Jerry's ice cream. These are all signs of the freeze. And then the big one is we have Letitia, about to take Trump's assets, okay? They're putting a freeze on his assets. So we have on April 8th, the total solar eclipse. This has not happened since 2017. And before that, it hasn't happened since, I think, 1979, okay? The uptick in total solar eclipses gives you clues about the sign of the times. The next total solar eclipse is in 2044. That aligns with Pluto leaving Aquarius. So the next 20 years is going to be major change, okay? The tribulation of the church, the new age setting in. 4/9, Ramadan ends, okay? Now I pulled up an article that I had remembered about the Islam nation saying that it was going to be a Ramadan of terror, okay? Today, or yesterday, the ISIS, claimed responsibility for the attack on Moscow, okay? It's getting very obvious. They're saying it's going to happen, and it's happening. Ramadan ends on 4/9, and let's see. Okay, so we know that Mercury's doing what it's doing, and it's called the messenger of God. And then we have Pluto that also just moved into Aquarius, okay? It's going to start going in retrograde again for its last time on May 2nd, okay? This is all aligning for the 40-ish days between the Christian Easter and the Orthodox Easter in on May 5th and March 31st. Okay, so it starts going back to Capricorn. On September 1st, it goes back to Capricorn until October 11th. This is also aligning with the BRICS announcement in late August, and we're getting close to election season, okay? On October 11th, it starts going back to Aquarius, and then it gets there on November 19th, election time frame. Big change is what Pluto means, okay? Real big change. And it stays in Aquarius till 2024, January 19, okay? That aligns with the next total solar eclipse in 2044. Now look at these dates. November 19th is when it goes back into Aquarius, or gets back into Aquarius. That's a reverse 9/11 date, and it stays in there till January 19th, 2044. So that's another 9/11 date. Now Pluto is called Pluto is the god of the underworld, okay? The god of the underworld, and then also the name of the underworld. The name of the underworld is Hades, okay? And we have Haiti in the news about to invade Florida, where DeSatan governs, okay? DeSatan. All these are signs for the church. And this also occurs, remember, this eclipse is occurring in the constellation Cetus, which is the whale, okay? And we have the whales in the news. And Princess Catherine of Wales just got her cancer announced, okay? And this eclipse is going through, I think, 15 cities named Nineveh, okay? And the story of Nineveh is when Jonah is told by God, who's in here, to warn the people of Nineveh. And he doesn't do it, and he goes into the whale, or the belly of the whale, for 3 days. And this is that time frame. And this should wake up the church. It's going to wake up the church when Biden goes against Israel, or because they're pro-Israel, because they don't understand that the Jews have been scattered among all nations, and they just lack complete understanding in that area, and the people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, which we're told time and time again. Anyways, I'm going to stop here. That's all my notes. We'll see what happens on April 8th. I believe we're going to have some sort of big money event, and we're also seeing that with the spending bill that they weren't able to pass last night with Mike Johnson, who's the Speaker of the House, and that's a big warning as well, okay? And we're about to get the money changed. We're moving to digital. It takes time, as usual. There's going to be great tribulation during this. And money's the root of all evil, okay? And it has to be changed for the reset. There has to be a jubilee. We have to take care of this situation. And Jesus is going to get it done.